programming and game designing, modeling is the most vital part of game development in a team. Basically, almost all of what you see on screen is created by the modeler. Units, items, buildings, sometimes very level itself is modeled by modeler. Right now, I'm on the team, and my job on the team is modeling pony forces, pegasi, unicorns, and earth ponies. Maybe I can do that more. I don't know yet. I must say that this is somewhat new experience. Before that, I was modeling mostly non-organic objects, weapons, robots, items, that kind of stuff. I'm working not only on PonyCraft, but a couple of other projects. Most of them is my personal work, though. So that was his message. Hope that was okay in his mind. Right, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of this presentation. I'd say we can move on to the Q&A. So if anyone has any questions at all to any of us on the team, ask them now in the chat and we'll answer them.
We've got one question here from Sturm Withern. What question do we want to do first?
Well, let's say what he has. It's pretty interesting. How micro-intensive will the game be?
So, as in how important will it be to manage each unit you come across?
Yes, yes.
Well, what we're mainly aiming to do from a gameplay perspective is there won't be any base building and there won't be any unit production. Any units you have that you can control will be found in the field. So there will be some given to you in the direct line of where you have to progress through the mission. There will be some where you can go off the beaten track a bit. We're going to try and make the levels a bit non-linear. So you can go off the beaten track and maybe do small side missions, save units in more of the battle zones, and that can help you add to your units that you have already. But what we're aiming for is not I've played a few RTSs, Halo Wars, Dawn of War, Age of Empires. A lot of the time it's simply about turtling up, stacking up massive amounts of resources, and then hitting your enemy over the head with an army of BFG 9000s. So what we're aiming for is something not like that, where every unit you come across is valuable in its own way. And you can choose to sacrifice a unit as cannon fodder to save other stronger units, but at the same time you'll never get that unit back. You can find other units later on, but you'll never get that particular unit back. So it means a lot of tactical thinking will be involved, which is what we wanted to get in this game, as opposed to just make 100 tanks and just steamroll the enemy. If anyone else wants to add on to that, or...
So that's it for these questions. Shall we pass to another?
Okay, I see one. If you're not gaining resources, what method are you using to pace the acquirements of units? Well, as Coffee already said, you'll be going through the game, you'll get units on the way, and we will try and match that so you don't get too many units or don't get too little. We'll probably, look, if you have way too many units because you're too good, we'll probably not give you that many on the way. Yeah, so that's that question answered. How graphics intensive is the game thus far? Not very graphics intensive at all. It runs on older computers, don't you worry. How long have you guys been working on this? Just 2 months about.
There's another question that got missed over. What canon characters, if any, will be implemented? What since I'm writing a story, I'll just cover this one. We're really aiming to draw from canon as much as possible. I don't want to reveal too much about what the story is, what happens, but even the main bad guy we have, I want to create something dramatic, the largest scale than anything that's ever been shown in the series, but that also could fit into canon, and I've weaved as much of canon into it as possible. So some bad guys may return as bosses, some characters as well. I'm not really at liberty to say much more than that, though.
So Thailand asked, will there be any chance, because it's fan created, to win a place for OC character? Well, the game is at its very beginning, so we haven't really thought about it. Maybe later, I don't know, it's too... We don't know yet. Maybe later.
I mean, it also... Would we want to add one story-centric and then have to write in a story for it, or would it just be a generic unit that exists in one level and dies really quickly? I don't know if a person would love winning a competition to be the Sergeant Wav shirt where he dies in about 10 seconds for some generic unit. So it'd be the thing where someone who won that competition would want to be a major character, and then it would require us to rewrite the story to have that. Yeah, Leroy Jenkins Pony.
Leroy Jenkins Pony. It could be a good idea.
How much will we pay to download it, and which way? Now, the game is free. I want to state that right now. It's non-profit oriented. You can download for free.
Yes. But we also plan to do a multiplayer side, and there may be later donation for the server, but for now, don't worry, the game itself will be free. There is no...
Yeah, the game is always free. It's a contribution to the Brony community.
Yes.
And there will be online, but that is going to be added much later to the game when we have the main mechanics working.
We will first release the single player campaign, and then for later we will release the multiplayer side. Oh, Derpy Hughes. So it looks like Derpy Hughes said, I have never heard of PonyCraft till yesterday. What is it, may I ask? Well, we won't recap what we said before. We will upload this live stream. We will upload it on YouTube for tomorrow or in today, and you will be able to see everything that we said.
All right. Now, guy named Sturmwiebeln, I guess that's German or something. Do units passively regenerate? Because if you have a set number at the beginning of each level, how will novice players be able to conserve units and actually beat each level? The idea I had in mind is that the units, you keep them between the maps. So let's say you successfully defeat some kind of boss on this map, but your units are damaged. When you enter the next map, all of your units will have health again, so that they'll all be regenerated to maximum. They will not regenerate slowly like the Protoss shields or Zerg in StarCraft. They will just remain at that damaged level that they had.
So is there... Okay, there's Sean Neil trying to ask us something. He copy-pasted many times, so I think we can answer it now. So he said, all units will be given to you at the start, and then you find more on the way, like in Warcraft 3's story, where you walk into them and the tow can join, or are you going to approach it in a different way?
Well, I think it's pretty unsure right now. Coffee Grunt, do you perhaps have anything to say on that?
So I just
still very open.
I just got handed an ice cream. What was the question?